Hello and welcome to In the Office. My name is Adam Scorey. In this video I'm going to take you through the basic operations of the app itself, just a brief overview so anybody who is new to the platform can get a fast introduction and onboarding. We start here in the top left hand corner and this opens up our 5 sections of the app itself, starting with the dashboard. This gives you a kind of a view of what's going on across the week in front of you as the administrator of the platform, including people in this selected office. So in the drop down here, when you set it up, you might only have one office that you've got your team, but if you've got multiple offices, you can set those up too and see data across those. Once set up from this drop down menu, you can then see for that office that I've got 2 people here in the office and 3 people working from home. There's a total capacity for the office as well, saying we're only 29% full, and there is additional data on here should there be, which you can click on and see, but you can see quite clearly who is and who is not in the office itself. Tomorrow gives me a sense of how busy the office is going to be. 29% full, same on, so obviously these people are doing the same thing. And then a plan view of the week itself, showing the status from Monday to Sunday of what my week looks like. And these are interactive as well, so I can go in and change the statuses should I want to. And then there is more detail that will come up. We'll cover this particular section in another video, but this here, depending on the spaces that are set up, a space could be, as you can see here, a boardroom, a hot desk, a meeting room. You can actually book those out from this particular part of the platform. So I'll put that status back. In the top right hand side we've got our very quick actions, the most commonly requested or used items from requesting attendance. That's, you want somebody to come in and meet. I'll come in, I'm on Friday, do you want to meet me in the office? Manage visitors to your business, a new meeting that you want people to come to, and then to register people to the platform itself. And that covers the dashboard, a very simple and clean view of what's happening this week. Next, we'll go on to the scheduling part. Again, it is all based on the drop down, whether you've got different offices set up and even groups that people within the team actually belong to. This particular, the 3 dots here just allow you to edit previous days. So if you're starting the platform in the middle of a week, you can go and add in data for research purposes or for analysis, things like that. Week ahead, and you can flip through the weeks to see what's going on. We've got obviously all the team there and then their statuses for that particular week. The capacity indicator here gives you a percentage of how full the office is based on some presets that the administrator or the person setting it up would have allowed for. Top right hand side we've got our core actions again, so you can quickly get to the most commonly used items. Next we'll go on to the people element, and here again we use the drop down to pick on the office, so I can flick through and pick a different office and change have a look at the data within there. In this section you can add new people to that particular office and save them and add them to the groups that have been set up as well, depending on what your administrator has done. You can toggle the groups here, so this set here, people can be in multiple groups, of course, as you can see from this section. This gives you for this particular office here what groups are present and how many people, that's what this little icon is here, are actually in those groups. So obviously being the HQ, there's a lot of the C-suite there, and you can see which ones are C-suite they correspond. You can go in and edit these if you want to, change them to a different name if you've got a unique particular department that is in there. This view also shows you the name of the person involved, their email. Obviously this is dummy data, it doesn't mean anything. The groups that the people belong to, and then their kind of status or actions. These people need to be invited, so they're not invited yet. This person's invited and been accepted. Here you have the ability to have bulk action, so import people. If you've got a lot of people that work in the office, you can do that here. You can also, if you want to, this is where you would add the group. So you click on here and you create a group name, and then you can add that to this particular office, and you can do that office by office. Next, we will go to the Reporting side, quite an important part of this, because if you want to do analysis on your office and understand usage, and if you've got hot seats that potentially, or offices even, that you could use as a WeWork function or something similar, then this has got huge potential to understand the data around your office spaces and when they're booked and favourite days and things. Starting again with the drop down based on the office. In the people section, the two other sections of course, the date range, which you can select. There's some presets there, and then you can actually set custom dates yourself if you want to. Coming across here, at the minute I've hidden the weekends. Now in this dummy data there are people that work on weekends, so I'll take that off. Overall stats, so this gives you a view of, once you toggle on the statuses, you can see exactly what's happening for this past 4 weeks. And the key down here is in sort of percentage way. If you hover over each one of these bar graphs, then you can actually get some data. Now you can, using this double-ended arrow, is expand that data out to give you an alternative view, which you can screen grab, or you can obviously download that data should you want to. Clicking the double-ended arrow again puts that back to the normal size, and as I mentioned, this is the download CSV. Favorite days. This is an area graph really of actually a nice little way to view what are the most popular days, and if you hover over these days it gives you in the office 18.5%. That's interesting. It gives you a way to actually understand what's going on with your office. Location. This gives you the ability to look on a month view and see actually who is working from the office and who is working from home on a day-by-day basis. The percentage gives you the dark blue, giving working from the office, that's the key, and that's 43% on that Monday, and it gives you basically a day by day. Working from home is the green, and it gives you a percentage for what capacity is there, and you can flick through different months or instantly come back to the day that you're on, and you can change that as well by the different locations that have been set up in your instance. Moving on to the export function, we've got two parts within here, schedules and future routines. So this is basically based on the date range, which you can select. You can hide weekends, or you can include weekends, so there's 28 days worth of data in this one, and this gives you just a quick overview of the data that's included for that 4 weeks, and then you can export that to a CSV file, which will just go into your downloads. Future routines, well, when to save teams inputting data day by day, you can actually create routines for individuals. If they're Monday to Friday always in the office and don't work Saturdays, you can set that up and then export that data as well. So this gives you a chance to, future routines as a functionality makes filling in or inputting into the platform much more efficient, and then you're able then to export that as well. Finally then, we'll move on to the settings icon, and there are 4 sections within here. We'll go into more detail on the drop down features in another video. This is just a quick overview. So for the company, this gives you the basic details of the total amount of users on the platform, the locations that have been built, the subscription type, in my case premium in this dummy data, what I've spent so far this month, and then my billing date. Now we've designed in the office to be completely transparent, and for you to be able to only pay for the things that you're actually using. Of course, basic attendance scheduling is free per user per month, and you can have 1 million people on there should you actually have that many people working in your office. I jest, of course, but and then other functions enable you to, you can switch these on, the advanced scheduling. There are the features, and each one of those drop downs go through that. Next we go to locations, and here when your instance is built out, this is where that you would add the detail around each one of those offices or workplaces or branches, as the case may be. And this dummy data shows the 5 that I've set up, and each one of these drop downs enables you to look at that detail. Capacity, scheduling, and again we'll cover this off in more detail in another video. Next we go on to all the users in the platform and some of the methodology or what's allowed. So this gives you the admins that are in the office. You can edit and add admins, and the sign-on rules. If people can sign themselves up, you can enable your domain for people to sign themselves up, so you don't have to do that yourself. And of course you can sync with Microsoft. Use your Office 365 account, and it's very simple to actually do that. Finally, just details around your subscription, the created date, the subscription type, the premium start date, so that's when you switched on premium functionality and actually went from the free version to paying the subscription. And then this accordion gives you the ability to look in detail exactly what your costs are on that day, and we charge by the day, so it's completely transparent and it's much simpler for you to understand your costs. Finally then, just in the top right hand side, this is your My Profile button, so you can sign up or add details to your profile. Fairly standard on apps these days. And that's it. Thank you very much for taking the time to have a look. If you've got any questions, then please reach out to us via our website or social media, and look out for other videos coming soon.